Hi YouTube, it's Catherine here, and sorry I've been MIA. Just kind of living life, and I guess that does happen, as we recover from a chronic illness, um, mine being agoraphobia. um, we just kind of get into the groove of living life and um, forgetting sometimes about our illness, which is nice. So, today I just wanted to talk about where I started and how it all transpired. I don't want you to get the idea that this just happened overnight, because it definitely did not. Um, and I have explained a little bit of my story in the past, but I just thought I would give a little bit more, like what I did and how it kind of evolved into I guess, medical medium and exposure therapy. So, like I say at the beginning of every video, I have had agoraphobia for 6 years, and I was housebound for 6 years. So, for the first 4 years, I did nothing. I basically sat and waited for it to go away. I just thought that it was going to go away one day. I guess I should preface that. I didn't just. Probably the first year for sure, I didn't really do anything about it. I was just scared. The anxiety was just too much, and I didn't know how to cope. So then I did reach out to my local community, and I did get in touch with a counselor, and I would speak to this counselor once a week on the telephone, and that really didn't do much at all. Then she lost her job or was moving on to a different field or something, and so they referred me to somebody else, and I started the counseling with them as well. And it's like talk therapy almost. Like, I don't think talk therapy is for everybody. So, and I also don't think that it is something that should be put so high on a pedestal, but that's my own personal opinion. It does work for some people, and I think it definitely depends on what your illness is and what your issues are, and probably also your past and all those things. For me, that's just not the path, and I knew it wasn't the path. Like there was never any feeling like, yes, this is it. So then I just gradually stopped doing that. I then looked into private therapy. I had somebody come to my house, and she basically gave up on me right away. Like, I had maybe 3 sessions with her before that was a no-go. So that really left me down in the dumps, really. I was like, what the heck am I going to do? So then I went from there, and I went into, I got in touch again with my local therapy, but like with an actual psychiatrist, and they would not perform any duties over the telephone. So you had to go into the office. And as that wasn't a possibility, that was basically stopped right then and there. So then after that, this is just gradually over time. So then I was getting medicated over the telephone by a doctor, my family doctor at the time. But my family doctor no longer is a family doctor, so then I obviously didn't have a family doctor. And they would renew my prescription over the phone. And that gradually was going to be tapering out of the system. And thank goodness it did, because really that put me into the mindset, okay, what am I doing now? Now, granted, I had a lot of stops because I was like, okay, well, I can't get my medicine, so what am I going to do? I can't just drop this medication cold turkey. So then I started tapering off of my antidepressant, which was Paxil. I was on 20 milligrams of Paxil for 15 years approximately. And I felt nothing from it. Getting off of it, let me tell you, I did. But I was put on it for so long. Anyway, so then I think several years have passed now, and I started to get into the mindset, okay, I need to figure this out. Like, I can't live like this forever. So then I started research. Now, this is a huge, dark, crazy spiral of things that I tried and things that I read and things that occurred. Sorry, this video might get kind of long. But where did it start? I think it just started looking up like things about agoraphobia online. So like you kind of run into blog posts and other people who have had it, and programs out there and things like that. Like there's the Linden method and DARE. I did do DARE. DARE. You're gonna make that fall. Sorry, cat. The DARE program is a set of books, it's one book, and they have a workbook, they have a website, they have online assistance. Sorry. And it's a really good program. I do think that it would work for a lot of people. I think agoraphobia, I definitely incorporate some of their methods into, I'm so sorry, into my daily life. I still incorporate a lot of their mindset. I don't think that would have done it all on its own, because I did follow the DARE method for quite some time. I then, just kind of, I tried CBD oil, which I did not have any feeling. I was all the way up to 2 milligrams twice a day. Like, it was a huge dose, and I felt nothing. It never did touch my anxiety at all. I tried vitamin therapy, so like I got in touch with a practitioner who put me on mega doses of vitamins. I just didn't feel like that was the answer either. So I still take vitamins and I still take supplements, but I'm following medical medium, and they're not as high dosages as like vitamin therapy is. Like vitamin therapy, you're taking enormous doses of vitamins. So you're just basically popping vitamins throughout the whole entire day. And it just didn't sit well with me. Not that it couldn't be an answer, and it would be an answer for some people. And all of these things, you don't really need to do them forever. You're doing them for a set period of time, and then you taper down your dose to, something more manageable. But it was a lot. And I don't know. It didn't resonate with me as something that I wanted to pursue long term. I was looking into pylorrhea, which is a deficiency, a vitamin deficiency as well. That actually is what led me to the vitamin therapy. So there are things that cause anxiety, that are actual conditions that are just things that are out of balance in your body. So I was then hospitalized. I was hospitalized for 1 week. It was voluntary, sort of. We got in touch with our local mental health advocates. Let me tell you, there's a big problem in Canada with mental health advocates. Granted, this experience wasn't necessarily negative, but I had had other experiences in the past throughout this journey that, you know, people weren't able to assist at all. Okay, I'm going to make my hospitalization a separate video just to break it up. I'll do it right after this one. So I was hospitalized for a week, and that didn't work out. That didn't pan out. I will definitely explain that in another video. And I then kept researching and finding things, and I came across medical medium. Goodness. Medical medium resonated with me pretty much right away. I was like, this sounds like something that I want to do. And that's what I did. I started following medical medium, and I had sort of started exposure therapy prior to that. So last summer, it's October now, so not this past summer, but the summer before, I was doing small car rides around my neighborhood. And from the point that I was hospitalized, so when I got out of the hospital, I told myself that I was going to do a small walk every day, no matter what. So I would literally, and when it started, I could barely leave the yard. So when it initially started, I would get to the fence line, and this is just a regular city. I don't know how big a lot is, but it's not very big. And on the outside of the house, I could get to the edge of the fence line, and that's as far as I could get. The anxiety would get too much, and I would go back, and I would try to do this every single day. So I would get to the edge of the fence, and then eventually I was able to get to, you know, the mailbox, and then further up the street, etc., etc. Now, granted, that never really became huge. I could never really get that far. I could never get around the block. I just kept trying. Now, granted, I did go out for a walk every day. No matter how far I got or not, I would go out for a walk every day. And then winter came, and I was like, oh, it just kind of fell off. By then, I had seen a doctor online. I got some blood work done just to make sure everything was okay there. And I saw a doctor like through like a video session. So like, I don't know, it just brought my anxiety all the way back up to the surface, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So then the winter had really gone by, and I really wasn't, like, we had gone for small car rides throughout the summer. You know, I was able to go through like a drive-through really close to home and that kind of thing, and I would just kind of gradually keep, you know, trying to do that. But then I stopped that when winter came as well. So then we were moving. I knew I was moving. I always knew I was moving. I knew that I wasn't staying where I was. So that was something always in my head. I didn't know where we were moving or how or when, or like I didn't know the circumstances around it, but I knew that we were moving. So I had set that up in my head the whole time. Granted, I didn't know what that experience was going to be like or anything. So when we moved, you guys have all seen all of that. I guess I did set it up in my head. I was like, okay, I'm going to try for this to be like a new start, and I'm going to try to do more exposure, and I'm going to, you know, by then I had started medical medium, so I'm going to start, you know, follow my supplements. I'm going to follow my eating regime. Again, we went from keto to vegan. And that's really how my story has transpired. You know, I've had anxiety of some sort probably my whole entire life, but the agoraphobia has been the last 6 years, and now we're into 7 years, I think. I guess I would say that I no longer have agoraphobia to the extent that I did. I still have limitations. There's still things that I'm scared to do. But hopefully through the exposure and keeping up with the momentum that I have right now, I can keep expanding my comfort zone. And that is the goal that I have right now. So that's how it all started, and that's my story. And thank you for watching. I will definitely put another video up about my hospitalization. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Bye.